Have you ever hit 30 and felt stuck in a job that drains your soul, or realized your life isn't aligning with the dreams you once had? You're not alone. In a world that pushes us to have it all figured out by our 20s, it's easy to feel like the window for change has closed. But what if I told you that some of the most profound transformations happen after 30? Today, we're diving into inspiring real-life stories of adults, focusing on trailblazing African Americans and successful Africans who pivoted their careers and unlocked personal growth that reshaped their worlds. These aren't fairy tales. They're proof that with courage, resilience, and a bit of reinvention, you can rewrite your story too. Stick around for 8 minutes of motivation that might just spark your own breakthrough. Let's start with a story that screams, reinvention is possible. Meet Julia Child, the iconic African-American culinary legend who became a household name in her 50s. Born in 1912, Julia spent her early adulthood in a string of unfulfilling roles, from advertising gigs in New York to wartime service in the Office of Strategic Services, the precursor to the CIA, where she handled top-secret documents during World War II. By her late 30s, she was married and living abroad with her husband Paul, a diplomat. But Julia felt adrift, like her life was missing flavor, literally. At 36, while in Paris for Paul's job, she stumbled into a cooking class at Le Cordon Bleu. What started as a casual interest exploded into passion. She immersed herself, mastering French cuisine amid a male-dominated world that dismissed women in professional kitchens. By 50, she co-authored Mastering the Art of French Cooking, a bestseller that demystified gourmet food for American homes. Then came the French Chef TV show in 1963, where her quirky charm and booming voice made her a sensation. Julia's pivot wasn't just a career change, it was personal growth, turning wartime secrecy into culinary openness, empowering women to claim space in the kitchen and beyond. Today, her legacy lives in every home cook who dares to experiment. If Julia could swap spies for soufflés after 30, imagine what you could whip up in your own life. Now let's cross the Atlantic to Africa for a tale of entrepreneurial fire. Strive Masiyiwa, a Zimbabwean business magnate, embodies the grit of turning adversity into empire. Born in 1961, Strive grew up in colonial Rhodesia, facing the chaos of independence and economic turmoil. By his late 20s, he was an engineer, working steadily in telecommunications. But he saw the potential for more. At 32, in 1993, he founded Ekone Wireless, Zimbabwe's first private mobile network. But here's the twist. The government blocked his license for years, citing national security. Undeterred, Strive fought a landmark legal battle against corruption, all while raising a family and bootstrapping his vision. By 40, after relentless appeals and international pressure, Ekone launched, revolutionizing connectivity in a continent where phones were luxuries. Today at 64, Strive's net worth tops $1.6 billion, and his companies span Africa, powering digital access for millions. But it's not just about wealth. His personal growth shines through the Higher Life Foundation, which has educated over 300,000 African youth. Strive's story? A reminder that after 30, systemic barriers aren't stop signs, they're fuel for innovation. If you're facing roadblocks in your career, channel that Masiyiwa mindset. Fight smart, build big, and give back. Shifting gears to the arts, where vulnerability becomes strength. Oprah Winfrey, the African-American media mogul, transformed from a troubled broadcaster into a global icon of empowerment. But her real pivot happened in her 30s. Born into poverty in Mississippi in 1954, Oprah endured childhood trauma, including abuse, which fueled her empathy but haunted her early career. By 29, she was anchoring news in Baltimore, but the role felt hollow, too scripted, too distant from the human stories she craved. Ratings soared when she shifted to talk shows, but it was at 32, launching The Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986, that she broke free. Oprah ditched the stiff news persona for raw, authentic conversations, tackling taboo topics like racism, trauma, and self-worth. This wasn't just professional growth, it was personal healing, turning her pain into a platform that reached 20 million viewers weekly. By her 40s, she built Harpo Productions, becoming the first Black woman billionaire. Now 71, her book club, philanthropy, and own network continue inspiring millions. Oprah's lesson for us adults? After 30, it's okay to lean into your scars. They might just become your superpower, turning a job into a legacy of change. For a story of quiet determination abroad, consider Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, the Nigerian author whose words bridge continents. Born in 1977, Chimamanda studied medicine in Nigeria, then pharmacy in the US at 19. But by her early 30s, she felt mismatched. Science was stable, but storytelling burned brighter. At 31, after years of side writing, her debut novel Purple Hibiscus dropped in 2003, earning critical acclaim. But the real shift came at 33 with her TED Talk, The Danger of a Single Story, viewed over 30 million times, challenging global stereotypes of Africa. This pivot from labs to literature was personal alchemy. Confronting her immigrant struggles in America, she wove African narratives into universal truths, sparking feminist movements worldwide. Now, 47, her works like Americana and We Should All Be Feminists, endorsed by Beyoncé, have sold millions, and she's a MacArthur Genius Fellow. Chimamanda's journey shows that after 30, ditching the practical path for your truth isn't reckless. It's revolutionary, fostering growth that educates and unites. One more powerhouse, Vera Wang, the African-American fashion visionary who redefined bridal wear. Born in 1949 to Chinese immigrant parents, Vera was a figure skater in her youth, competing nationally before pivoting to college and a Vogue editing role at 22. But by 30, after a stint as a design director at Ralph Lauren, she hit a wall creative burnout in the high-pressure fashion world. Then, at 40, shopping for her own wedding dress, she found nothing innovative. That sparked her bold move, opening her first bridal boutique in 1990 at age 41. With no formal design training, Vera blended her skating grace with bold aesthetics, creating sleek modern gowns that celebrities like Ariana Grande adore. Her empire now spans ready-to-wear, fragrances, and jewelry, worth billions. This late bloom was personal evolution, from competitive athlete to empathetic designer, proving age brings wisdom that youth can't match. Vera's mantra? I hate wedding dresses until I design them. After 30, your hates might hide your greatest loves. These stories, from Julia's kitchens to Strive's networks, Oprah's stages to Chimamanda's pages and Vera's ateliers, show that after 30, change isn't a risk, it's a renaissance. Whether you're an African American breaking barriers or an African innovating amid challenges, personal growth and career shifts can lead to fulfillment you never imagined. If these tales lit a fire, hit that like button, subscribe for more motivation, and share your own pivot in the comments. Remember, your best chapter starts now. Thanks for watching.